We're recording. So
are we doing the intro or no? Are we?
We will see if it's on. It's on my computer, so we're gonna rock out. In a second. No.
Ooh, I like that.
Stephen, they have a right to call Timcast Transcast.
Mr. Stephen, I have a gift to you.
Wait a minute. Stop everything. Let's watch some Stephen. Stevie.
Stephen, they're fans of mine, but I'm even bigger fans of theirs.
Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome to Stephen. I'm Steve.
I'm Stephen. We're finally back.
We're fine. Yes, we are. We've got a great show for you today.
What is this, episode 32 or 33? What's the
33 and me? You're gonna have to tell us.
Well, I just feel like we had to do something special for 33. So now that we're in, are we live from the Black Cube or not?
I don't know, but we've got some sacrifices from the last time we recorded. We lost Ted Kaczynski and Cormac McCarthy, so those could be like the sacrifices for episode 32 and 33, or they could both be for 33.
Sad day. So who died first? My timeline's already messy.
I think it was Ted. He killed himself too. I didn't know he committed suicide.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's what AP said. But he was like, he had cancer. That part was true. So I kind of think that letter. Do you remember that letter he sent somebody a while ago? It was like a year ago. Okay, well, it wasn't. There was no way to confirm if it was real or not, but he said he had terminal cancer and he didn't have much longer left to live. So since he had cancer-related issues, makes me think that letter was real. But they like rushed him to like ICU in prison. So like, how do you kill yourself in the hospital? You know, do you just ask them to unplug the life support or something?
I don't know. Do they not say this? Do they not report on this?
They didn't say. They just said it was like suicide, without like speculating. I
believe he'd kill himself if he was like terminally ill, probably.
Yeah. Or
otherwise, I wouldn't. But if he was, cancered out.
But it's like, what did he do? Just like hold his breath, and then he just killed. Like when you're 83, is that how you can commit suicide? Just forget to breathe once or twice.
Hang yourself, Epstein style. Did they ever? They posted photos of Epstein, I guess, but those were fake.
Yeah. There was some like someone in another room caught him on the little bed, the bed on wheels thing.
Damn, I thought he got raped to death. I can't say rape.
No, I don't think was he raped? No, he hung him. I don't know what he did.
Because he had that big, strong guy.
Oh, yeah, George Floyd was his cellmate.
yeah. Now we're back.
Woo-wee.
It's been like 5 years.
5 years, folks. We went on a sabbatical for George Floyd's death. It was beautiful.
Damn, my favorite Ted Kaczynski, I think you showed me. Did you want to make the meme or did it already exist? The Amazon A to Z thing, but it was the Kaczynski.
No, I think I made that, but someone may have already done that. Yeah, that was... I really should have turned that into like a bumper sticker t-shirt.
Check it out on the Stephen shirt shop.
Yeah, our teespring.com.
Yeah, I don't want to do this clumsily. Well, do you have anything else to say? You just read Cormac McCarthy's book and now it's the #1 seller.
I know, and I think that one's like the worst book to get everyone to read, because that's like I found out about Blood Meridian before I even knew really about Cormac McCarthy, because I was just like looking up more books that were similar to American Psycho and just stumbled upon that book. So that's why I always wanted to read it. But it's like, there's just a lot of N-words, a lot of murders and rapes, and I'm just surprised. I just imagine like a bunch of people like flipping through the book and like I wonder how far they get before they like turn it away. Like chapter 3, the main character, the little boy, he's like wandering around and he goes into this shack with this old man and he's like, "Look at my necklace. This here is a n***'s heart. The n*** is incapable of integrating with normal society. They must be governed." And like he just gives this whole thing about, just being super racist, and it doesn't tie into anything at all with the story. So
I don't know, maybe people are learning from it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what you learned. Because I just want to say Ayn Rand is a dumb bitch.
Yeah,
but I can't remember why I wrote that down on my list. I think maybe I saw something on Twitter.
She was just an author. That's it.
Yeah, and she just talked. She went on a few late night shows. did a set on Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Can I see? Because you have some Ayn Rand. Which
I do.
I'm not
got
gonna
the complete collection.
Let's see. Give me a live. I want to do a live reading. You know, Rick Rubin.
Those books are probably so dusty and gross.
Hey, man, that's all right. Rick Rubin, he has this famous story whenever he was recording with System of a Down for Chop Suey. There's a part in that song where they couldn't come up with lyrics, so he tells the singer to go up to his bookshelf and just pick a random book and flip to a random passage, and that became the part in the song. So I'm hoping this is what we're going to do. We've got Ayn Rand, Capitalism, the Unknown Ideal. Yes, America never knew about capitalism.
That's what I was going to say. What a dumbass book title.
In the 50s. Now, guys, this is a total change of pace. So, the first 198 pages are like a normal book, and then page 199 is like some mail-in thing. I don't quite understand
what do you
that.
get?
You just mail in, what do we have? You get on an emailing list. Dang, this is old. So this is like you send it to the company to say, hey, here's my email, so you can like bombard me with spam, because that's what we want. Here we go. Let the American people choose in November. If they choose overwhelmingly for Lyndon B. Johnson and the Democrats, then once and for all, the federal government, can get on with no excuses. With the job, millions of
get it on, get it on, get on.
Unemployed, aged. Yeah, okay, this is damn. Which, by the
boring.
way, I have books on my bookshelf that are so cringe to that I've bought at some point that I've hidden them. So
well, this isn't cringe. I'm a huge fan of Ayn Rand.
I know you are, but you talk about her constantly. You're always showing me her nudes and stuff, and
so, throat goat.
Yeah. How to why the government shouldn't regulate my OnlyFans.
You want to read The Virtue of Selfishness?
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh, this is
just Ben Shapiro speak.
Seriously,
it's logic and it's cold. And Ayn Rand was just a bitch, honestly.
Can you imagine anybody who like interacts with people talking like this? The practical implementation of friendship, affection, and love consists of incorporating the rational welfare, by the way. Of the person involved in one's own hierarchy of values, and then acting accordingly. I feel so sorry for like the people who actually read these and go out in public to try to quote them, and then they're like, why is everyone running away from me? I don't understand. I got the book to be smart. I'm even stupider than before.
I got these books for free, believe it or not.
Nice. Wow, I'm surprised the Capitalist didn't charge you.
I'm surprised too, but I found some website when I was in high school, and I was just like, oh, somebody will just like donate. Like you just send a request, and then whoever's in this little fan club of Ayn Rand people will just send you a copy. And they're like, pay it forward. And I'm like, no, not after reading it.
Thanks, mine.
Atlas Shrugged, boring, snooze. It is about trains, though, so it might be something that you like.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. That's, the one everybody talks about. And then We the Living just is an even shittier version of Atlas Shrugged.
What even is Atlas Shrugged about? Is it just like I just imagine
some gay family that owns train station. Dude, I don't remember.
I just imagine like a bronze statue doing like the millennial like blogger, like, I don't know what's going on, like that pose.
I also got a Quran for free one time on a mailing list.
Hell yeah.
But it took them like months to send it to me, and I was like over it by then. That was their chance. They could have got me. They could have got me Sufi.
Seriously, ISIS recruitment. They probably had to vet it to make sure.
You've been using your Snapchat AI at all?
Not really. You've gotten some pretty good. Haven't you gotten it to say the N-word before?
No, not the Snapchat AI. I've got OpenAI.
Just OpenAI.
Or GPT.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, mine's named George Floyd, and I go, you know what your name is? And they go, yes, I see that. And I go, isn't it funny?
I am an AI. I am not supposed to laugh.
I'm just using it to teach me empathy, so I don't have to be like Ayn Rand the rest of my life.
Actually, speaking of AI, Matthew McConaughey was on Lex Friedman's podcast, and they obviously get to talking about AI. Obviously, Lex is pro AI. Matthew McConaughey doesn't even understand how to call someone on his own phone. So he just like tries to regurgitate Terminator 2 to Lex. And Lex's whole thing is like, well, I think AI can help us be empathetic and bring love to the world. But it's like, okay.
Damn, I was joking. I'm full of empathy. That's crazy Lex said that.
Every guest he has, it's an opportunity for his podcast to be clipped where the guest always explains love to him. Like, that's his thing. It's he never wants to like move forward and like try to actually get a girlfriend, or it's all just like a facade because he knows his audience. And it's like, oh, all my audience are losers. So if I just pretend like I don't know how to talk to girls, like they're always going to continuously watch my videos. But where was I going with this? He just
Lex
always,
is gay.
Yeah, he just always has to ask about love and empathy. So he asks Matthew McConaughey about love, and he tells this whole story about how his parents, like, well, my parents were thrice married, twice divorced, and I can tell you one thing: love is not easy, it's not simple, but it's hard. But it's the hard work that you get at the end of the day from a hard days of working is what love is, and that's just how it is. You gotta whoa, hold on, just take it back, and then you be loving. I've tried so hard to like listen to like what he's saying and like try to. He's just retarded. That's all I can do.
Matthew McConaughey for sure is.
I've been driving home from work and just doing a Matthew McConaughey monologue, just seeing like how far I can take it. And what did I have? I had some notes written. I'm not going to refer to them, but basically,
the funny funny thing though is like how the Lincoln he does Lincoln, right?
The car.
Yeah.
He
plays Abraham.
I don't
Lincoln.
even know what Lincoln is. I just
he plays Abraham Lincoln while he's in the Lincoln commercials, and the whole thing is like people just think he's fucking weird, but I don't know. Like he thinks he's cool being mysterious, but I think everybody else thinks it's a joke, and that he's like doing it. But I think he is that weird.
If you drive a Lincoln 7 years ago, well, who's keeping score? Is it for you? Well, 7 years ago, the Lincoln got a new engine. The little engine that could do what? Could not get molested, which is what I did when I was 16 years old. And what was I going to say? I had I had like a fake.
You got his rape in there though, so
yes.
You're doing good.
Oh, so you want to talk sex, Lex? Well, let me tell you one thing. I had an experience when I was 16 years old, and hey, I ain't no expert in Spanish to know that getting molested was annoying. That's all I had.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's like always doing like slam poetry.
Pretty much, yeah. I know. I remember when he was on Pardon My Take, it was a Zoom interview, and you could tell that they were like laughing on the other end when he was talking about his mushroom trips or whatever. And he's like, I just felt a sense of interconnectedness that I'd never felt before. I don't know. I went black there a little bit. I never felt before. Or smoking peyote or whatever in the fucking jungle.
Yeah, he
desert.
He had this other story. Well, okay, so I watched part of that when he was on Pardon My Take, and he starts off saying that he like went to the desert to write his book and like reflect upon his life to write his memoir. But when he was on Lex's podcast, he tells this like 20-minute story. He's like, something about dreaming that's funny. When I was a kid, the principal, I was 6 years old, I saw a cloud and I said, is that cloud big or little? And he said, the cloud is bigger than the entire universe. And then so like 20 minutes of filibustering. Then he goes, and then the first time I was on a plane, I was so confused as to why I could feel like I could touch the cloud, but it wasn't bigger than the whole planet. He was lying. Like he had no story like that. It was just, it was just crazy how he was able to filibuster for like 20 minutes.
He's so stupid. He believed that a cloud was bigger than the whole universe.
Gosh, yeah, I could talk about him all day. Well, and the other reason he also entered my line of thinking, because I watched Wolf of Wall Street a second time. Mm-hmm. I watched it when it first came out with my family, and then I watched it over the weekend. And he was telling, it's pretty much the Lex Friedman podcast, because you have a guy, Leonardo DiCaprio in a suit. He's like the goody two shoe, and he's like, well, isn't the number one rule about stocks to never rip anyone off? And he's like, you got to be jerking off twice a day, not once but twice. So Stephan and I have been trying to jerk off twice a day to reboot the podcast. We forgot to do them today, so we had to do them both real quick before the recording.
Like literally 1 second before.
Yeah. So.
You see Jake Paul boxing a dildo?
Yeah. Is that his next opponent? Like any black guy he fights, he has to just do that?
Yeah, well, he's just preparing for when they like actually, it's a big black guy and he just bends him over and fucks him in the ass.
Hope he doesn't miss and like suck it or something, suck his dick. Well, Jake Paul, he is a midget is the other thing. So half the time when a midget fights someone who's like a normal height, they have to fight their penis. So.
How tall is he? Can you Google that?
Yeah, he's, I don't know.
Jake Paul. I always thought he was older than Logan, and I don't know why.
Now he looks older, but, a while back you could definitely tell.
He's 6'1". He's the same height as somebody who's 5 inches shorter than us.
Yeah. And Logan Paul is
6'2".
Yeah, 6'2". So big brother, 1 inch taller.
But I think every celebrity adds an inch.
Yeah.
where it counts.
Yeah, what's Joe Rogan's alleged height?
Yeah, like 5'8", and it's bullshit. He's literally 5'3".
My gosh.
Look up somebody else, and then we can find a photo of. Well, this isn't good podcasting, but find a photo. Look up Theo Von Rogan, and let's just see.
Okay.
If Theo's 6 foot tall, everybody else do this while you listen. Look up, because they always do the fucking, which I don't know why Joe sets himself up like that.
Seriously, okay. So here's one here. Joe and we're only seeing their 2 heads. So in this picture, it looks like
the
Joe
heads of
is
their dicks. Though.
Yeah. It looks like Joe's 5'8", but we know that he's standing on a stool. They're just not showing it.
Yeah, Theo Von's actually on the toilet with Joe standing next to him.
He's sitting on the toilet. Yeah.
Hey, why'd you guys crop me out of the first one?
Yeah. And then, okay, this is the uncropped version of the photo, has Bill Burr in the photo as well. Yeah, dude, this is a midget.
You gonna make me take a fucking photo for real?
Oh my God.
We're not doctors. Do you remember when he did that?
Yes.
When he was like, you're not a doctor, I'm not a doctor.
We're not fucking doing this. I ain't a doctor.
I'm not doing it.
We're just gonna put this huge dick cigar in our mouths, in each other's mouths, and talk like podcasters. What is this? Just 2 like circus. Okay, we got to get off Google Images. What the podcast cannot do is show the picture. So what you got to do is describe it. Yeah.
Steve Carrell said the N-word on The Office. Do you remember in like the Diversity Day or whatever?
Oh, he did say the N-word. Oh, he did.
But they
Chris Rock.
Yeah, but they bleeped him out. But he actually said the N-word. Did you know that?
If you watch like the bloopers, can you hear him say it?
No. But I think it was like you remember Larry Wilmore?
No.
He took over after Colbert went to CBS to do the Late Show or whatever the fuck it's called.
Uh-huh. Was he in The Office?
Yeah, he was Mr. Brown or whatever. The black guy who was like Mr. Brown.
Oh, okay.
And he like wrote on the show, and then he took over for Colbert. Well, he started a new show on Comedy Central, and it was sucked. He was just like, that's racist. This was like during the Trump election.
Oh, gotcha.
And everything would just be like, that's racist.
To race or not to race?
He was worse than Trevor Noah. And also, anyway, he said it in an interview that Steve Carell got the in-pass for that scene, and I think it's kind of fucked up. I'm kind of jealous.
I know. That was just like right in that cutoff where you could just, say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I got some to share. So, this past weekend was Father's Day, and I FaceTimed my dad. And I don't know what kind of power. I imagine the power that like Red Bar has over us is the same power that Adam Carolla has over my dad. Because for the longest time, he always like listens to his podcast, and every now and then he'll like talk about him. And he was like, I was like, so how's your day, Dad? And he's like, Adam Carolla said that he went to New York and says, if you get New York pizza, you got to put garlic powder on the pizza, not Parmesan cheese. And my dad's not retarded, by the way. This makes it sound like he's just retarded. But I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh yeah, well, like cool. I mean,
you're just sharing that tidbit.
Yeah, that's it.
But you're not even going to New York.
No, I'm not going to New York. We live in LA.
Well, yeah, it's cross country.
So he just said the next time he's in New York, he's going to put garlic powder on his pizza. So
damn.
And I tried watching some Adam Carolla clips to just kind of regain my understanding for him. And I'm surprised he wasn't like, if you eat a pizza in New York, you got to put some dirt on it and a shovel. Because that's his whole, he's like the dirty jobs guy, basically. But he just like, he didn't get greenlit for the show.
Carolla's fucking boring.
He is. He looks like on 4th of July, you like find toys that you don't play with anymore and you try to blow them up with fireworks. He looks like the result of like you taking like a G.I. Joe and trying to blow him up. So his face is so weird. He looks like he's wearing a mask of himself or something from like the.
Yeah, I know. There's something weirdly fake or surreal or uncanny about it. I don't know if reminds me of a cartoon or something. But anyway, back to blowing things up.
Yeah.
We would just like fucking put gunpowder. I don't even know what we were doing. Gunpowder in like just a little pouch and just cut a hole in like a stuffed animal and just blow it up. And
did you ever have any like big fires?
Oh yeah. Yeah. One year, the little zippy things that just zip straight up into the air.
Yes. Yeah.
Make the noise. Thank you. But it shot sideways toward a row of trees, and it just slowly was getting closer to the row of trees, and my grandma's whole yard was on fire.
Wow. Did you have to call the department?
No. the hose wasn't going far enough, but then I was like, oh, if I just do this,
yeah.
it'll spray a little
The
bit
classic
further.
thumb.
Very scary stuff. I was like 14 and I had sex with my girlfriend afterwards, and we both smelled like smoke. It was cool. Because I was still a kid, and okay, I'm not doing that routine. But anyway.
The only time I set something on fire, you know those like the ground bloom flower, that's the firework. It's similar to that. It doesn't shoot up and fly. You just light it and it just spins. And I used to light them and throw them, and I threw one in a ditch, but I missed the ditch and it bounced off of like the cement like tube part of the ditch and bounced into a bush and just caught this whole bush on fire. And our hose didn't reach, so we just had to get a bucket of water and just make rounds the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
So we got the fire out, but that's pretty much the only significant damage I ever did.
Damn, I loved being destructive when I was a kid, though. Did you just like light stuff on fire ever?
Yeah, I'd play with matches all the time. I just like, if I saw that my mom bought a box of matches, I would just like light them all, and so she'd like hide them from me. I'm like, oh, what if I lit 10 at the same time?
My friend Schrader, the legend Schrader, we would just like light stuff on fire in his backyard, and then like we just like light paper, like it made no sense.
Yeah.
And then we'd throw it in the pool, like their above ground pool.
Yeah.
And his mom was like, "Yeah, Stephan can't come over anymore."
Oh my gosh.
What? This is the same person I told you we like dug up their basketball goal.
Yeah. That was the final straw for her?
No, this was before.
Oh, okay.
So I just would get banned from there, and then I would never tell my mom why I stopped going over there. You know, she'd be like, "Don't you want to go hang out with Schrader?"
I feel like there were times when like I'd go to a friend's house and they'd have an idea of like doing something awful, and then we'd do it, and then I would get banned from their house. And it's like, it was your idea. Why didn't you tell your mom it was your idea? I don't know, I was scared. And it's like, well, now I can't come over ever, and I don't want you coming over. So
yeah, I was friends with these twins.
Wyatt and Fletcher?
Yeah, Wyatt and Fletcher Shears. I was friends with them. No, and they were like the ones always getting me in trouble. And then like their parents just were like, "Oh yeah, we hate that you hang out with them." And it's like, no, we do all the crazy stuff together, and it's their idea.
Yeah.
Snowboarding off the roof, like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous.
Did you ever break any bones?
No, I fractured my arm once, but that was it.
Good times. Not as fun as being an adult though, where I sit in an office with 2 other people, and every time I get an email, someone goes, "Email has been sent." So,
what's the backstory on that? You want
to? Yeah, for some reason, like my email at work, every now and then it will just send the jingle of an email being sent to me. It plays in like an ear rape version, so it's like, and like one time I said out loud, like, "Oh, I just got an important email," because you know how you can send an email with like high importance.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And now every time I get sent an email, this fucking guy just has to go, "An important email has been sent upon thee."
Can you shut it off?
I've thought about just like checking him out slowly and having him. Yeah.
Did you see that black kid?
Yeah. Did you see the thing I sent you back about the black IQ test? Let me ask you this question. Can you answer these, folks?
Honestly, I didn't even get it, so it may be over my head, or I may just be black.
Yeah, we in my psychology class in high school, we took an IQ test, and then our teacher had us take a black IQ test.
No,
he did. Yeah,
you're making this up.
No, I'm not. Because we had like 2 black kids in the whole like school district, so he could like get away with that stuff.
What?
Yeah. So the following are some excerpts of vocabulary items.
And
so
what's the exercise here?
I thought it was multiple choice. So we have question 1, which is the word boot.
Right, but that's not a question.
But you have to say what is boot? What do black people refer to as boot? Is
it's like their slang?
Yeah. A, cotton farmer. B, black. C, Indian. Or D, Vietnamese.
Man, that's that boot.
Citizen. Yeah.
I don't know. A cotton farmer?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like working hard. Oh, you don't have the teacher answer sheet.
Y'all don't know about these Vietnamese citizens. We had to call them boots.
Damn, you remember when the teacher would just leave the key book out on the table? You know, like for your textbook.
We had this like 50,000-year-old algebra teacher who would do that, but he eventually caught on that people were, one person would go up and ask a question while another student would sneak by and take a picture of the answer sheet and send it to everybody.
Yeah.
So we had a fake one. So everyone who just copied the fake one, they were just immediately outed. And he was like, "I'm calling all your parents and letting you guys know you guys got caught cheating." And this one girl, she, so this was like sophomore year of high school, and in like 6th grade, her dad died. And she just like would always talk about how her dad died, which, you know, that's sad, but it's like, you can't complain about it every single time I see you and have it still be sad. And she's like, I just can't believe that the teacher would do that after my dad died 4 years ago. So shut the fuck up. Anyway, if your ass is clean, does it mean you A, just got out of the bathtub?
It's be well dressed.
Be well dressed.
Like, I'm so fresh and so clean. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So very well dressed is my...
And then, well, I gotta read all the options. To the audience,
sorry.
But that's okay. You jumped the gun. You're excited. You picked up the pistol, pointed it sideways. You got that one right.
3 is Mother's Day.
Yes, this is question 3. Is Mother's Day Black Independence Day a day when mothers are honored, a day the welfare checks come in? Oh my God. I didn't even read that.
Yeah.
Or every first Sunday in church? I'm going to say C or D.
C seems too obvious. Way too obvious.
is
Almost
that
so
not
obvious.
Is that not just payday?
That's payday. Payday's every day, according to them. I'm going to go with a day when mothers are honored. I think black people love their mamas. I love my mama.
And now we've got blood. Yo, watch out for that blood over there. He's a vampire. Is it A, a vampire?
Nah.
B, a dependent individual? C, an injured person? Or D, a brother of color?
It's D for sure, but I was thinking that blood... That sounds like a British thing, you know. Right, blood?
Seriously, blood? Or is you creep?
Blood.
A is like... people who put vampire, it's like white people taking this and they're like, do they believe in vampires? Maybe they do. Maybe Blade. Isn't Blade a vampire?
I think he's a vampire slayer. Or no, he's probably a vampire.
They're going to say a vampire's slave.
Woo!
Chain.
Which of the following brand names does not belong? A, Murray's. B, Dixie Peach. C, Royal Crown. D, Preparation H.
Isn't Preparation H like AIDS medication?
I thought it was like
Prep?
Pepto-Bismol. Oh, Preparation H, like for...
I'm saying it's either Dixie Peach or Preparation H.
Well, I think it's... What's Preparation H again? See, I don't have any medical problems, so I wouldn't know.
It's...
it's a decongestant.
Okay. Don't they... I can't say anymore. This is already so
Well, I think the
racist.
rest are things black people like, and I don't... Oh, hell no.
So that's like the whole IQ test, by the way, too, is 5 questions.
And it doesn't tell you what you get.
No, it doesn't.
That black kid who's going to college at age 17 with a 5.36 GPA.
Is this... Oh, I was going to ask about him. So is this Baby Gronk?
No. Baby Gronk's like fucking 10 years old. Risen up Livy. Or did she riz him up? I don't quite get the lingo.
I don't know. I can't get past that. Like that TikToker is just his blank face. He is just like... It's like they open up King Tut's like mummified remains, and it's that guy. He has no life, no vitality in his eyes. It's terrifying to see. Baby Gronk is the Riz King. So Baby Gronk is the youngest prospected. It's like I don't even know. This guy, I've scrolled through his feed too. Sorry to go off on this tangent, but you know, one of the things I really like is when you scroll through someone's feed and they start every video with the same phrase, like today we're gonna look at. He thinks he's beating the algorithm. He just has 2 phrases. It's either related or dating, and then I think it's another Baby Gronk thing.
Baby Gronk is like, I don't know, look up how old Baby Gronk is, because the whole thing is his dad's just been messaging all these like media people so he can get like screen time and get famous. He's 10.
The first article is Baby Gronk retiring? Baby Gronk will soon be gone from football if his latest post is to be believed. Oh, you mean summer break? I officially retire from football is his post.
His parents, though, are like horrible for letting this happen.
I know.
Poor kid.
There's someone in my neighborhood growing up. When I was like a teenager, this dad, he would just stand out on his driveway and make his son just like run laps like every single day. Like this kid, I don't even know if he was in good shape or if he was just like a malnourished like slave or something. But I think he was ahead of his time trying to make the first Baby Gronk.
No, there's that one guy who Marinovich or something like that, and his dad, like Todd Marinovich, he's like a quarterback for a little while in the NFL, and he grew up like doing weight training as like a baby. His dad was having him do like curls when he was like 2.
Jeez.
So he was like all fucked up from that. Speaking of that black guy though.
Yeah.
With the great GPA of 5.34, and he's going to Ole Miss at age 17 per Barstool Sports. Okay.
Is he good at football? Or
I don't know
how did
who
he
the
get
fuck
the
he is.
5.4? Is that?
Well, his mom's the teacher.
Oh,
He
I
passed
see.
AP selling drugs.
He knew that blood is not referring to a vampire, and now he's got a 5.3 GPA.
Yeah. We had a teacher in high school. I don't even know what she really was. She was like a para, but I don't know. She had her own like classroom. So maybe it's like where all the fucking kids that were with her went for like homeroom.
Yeah, she's like the farmer who like has all the sheep, but it's like for retarded people.
Yeah. Well, and her husband was a real farmer, and they adopted 2 black kids. They were white couple, and they had their own white kids, but they adopted 2 black kids.
Damn.
Yeah, and their last name was Coon.
Oh my god.
And it's spelled Coon, not even like Koon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And so they adopted 2 black kids. The girl was like 13 and the boy was like 5 or 6. And the girl just started causing too much problems at school. She was a year younger than me, and they just got rid of her but kept her brother.
Oh my god.
They were like brother and sister, the kids.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That is insane.
So-
yeah, it's like GameStop. Just go trade it in. 30 days. I still under warranty.
Yeah. Like she was getting in fights and stuff. And then he was like one of those kids that just like anytime I saw him for 10 years, he just was still 8 years old. I don't know if you like remember seeing kids around. They'd come to like basketball games or stuff or whatever. I better not say his name. And what was the sister's name? It was like, it was also a D, I think. Denarius. No, I don't know.
Delirious.
That's delirious. What was the thing we were saying the other day?
Delirious.
What was the thing we were saying the other day? Delirious. Carnegie.
Dale Arias. Yeah.
How to 10 ways to wait, no, what's his
It was
book?
like how to win cars and influence brothers.
How to be a vampire.
How to be a vampire and influence blood does. Man.
Oof.
What were we? Well, we were talking about that because, again, Bert was on Lex's podcast and they're both raving about that book.
They were?
I think so, yeah.
I didn't remember why we brought it up. Yeah. That's like, again, one of those, and we've made fun of these things ad nauseum, the book lists.
Yeah.
Because people just suck at finding their own books. I mean, you have people out here reading Blood Meridian, a book nobody's ever heard of.
It's the number 8 book on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But anyway, so yeah, that's always a go-to book for I'm a fucking loser, how to become less of a loser. Delirious Carnegie.
It's like it's like Hood Notes, right? Where it's like if you don't read the book, you can have a black guy explain. So Romeo be trying to rape Juliet's, but y'all know they be in different gangs and shit. I had a community college professor show us those videos, and he was like, "This stuff's hilarious." He was black, so he can get away with it.
Or all those subreddits that were going black, not black anymore. Do you know?
I don't get on Reddit a lot, but when I do, I haven't experienced anything like subreddit's not working. I don't understand what the whole thing is going on. I thought like what the CEO said, moderators aren't going to be given like veteran discounts, when they go out to eat, and now they're all like protesting.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's the third-party apps. The people that are running those would have to pay like an insane fee, so a bunch of them are like just straight up closing. Like I use Apollo app, I don't use like the Reddit app. And no, I haven't had any problems either, except when I Google stuff, because like Google stuff trying to find it on Reddit, and then I click it and it goes, this subreddit's locked. But
Reddit sucks. It is the worst. Like if you try to anytime you try to like check something on Reddit and you don't use the app, you can see like 2 comments. Then it's like you need to download open the app. And if you click open, it just like takes me to the app store to update it, and it's so stupid.
Reddit's just boring. I don't know. There's too many retarded people in there for it to be a good site.
Yeah. It's like with
and all the good subreddits get banned.
Yeah.
Like everything I was on in 2016 or 2017 is just gone.
I know, it sucks. I am on the Lemon Party subreddit. It's not as bad, but it's only a matter of time until it gets banned or becomes gay. It's just like the most useless people ever posting anything. It's like with the garden subreddit. I saw someone posted like, does anyone know what all forms of currencies are accepted at the concert? Anybody? I just like,
Would it be cash or card? That's the answer.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Paying
Bitcoin. I don't.
Doge.
You paying in shitty posters that you drew? You think it's going to be your backstage pass?
God, I still have that.
You know what I was going to actually ask you about? So there's that thing with Special Olympics betting.
Oh yeah.
Can you give us a background on that? What website? It's not the Barstool Sports app, is it?
No, could you imagine?
I thought everybody. That's how you know I'm not prejudiced. I let anyone bet.
So betonline.ag, our sponsor for this week. No, not really, but betonline.ag. They made a post on Twitter and they're like, yeah, we're going to have betting for the Special Olympics.
Which is good.
Well, it depends how you look at it. I mean, is betting on retarded people ethical, or is it not ethical to exclude them? Like they're athletes just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Which is the argument that BetOnline AG is making if they're getting any pushback about it being like inhumane.
That's so crazy that I didn't know you couldn't bet, or just you can't use an app. You have to do it like under the table if you wanted to do bet on Special Olympics.
But who's setting up a market for that shit? You know, you don't know these people. Like, who's been scouting out like all these retards? I mean, like, you should have seen them at the last race.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Special Olympics really is just like a heartwarming thing, I feel like, where, you know, you probably don't have the fastest and strongest retards in the world there.
Well, and it brings up the question, though, like, at what point, it's like, if you're stupid, you could be classified as retarded, but you're such a good athlete. Like, what about those in-between guys? Or do you have to have like Down syndrome?
It has to be something diagnosed, I'd imagine, or a broken limb, because I think they do have the wheelchair racing and like wheelchair handball, wheelchair hand jobs, wheelchair handball,
wheelchair swimming.
But I know retarded kids can throw a fucking dodgeball hard, I bet.
You know?
But none of the real sports books are like have that. It's like all the offshore ones like this.
I don't know. I think all in all, it's a good, you know, if people are dumb enough to like put their money towards it, then just, you know, let them do it. Let them be regular athletes.
I got a call from BetOnline AG though this week.
Yeah, what'd they say?
So it was some Arab guy. It was really weird. I thought it was like a fucking student loan thing or something. So I was like about to blow my brains out because I just, you know, don't want to think about that. But I didn't answer. And then I looked up the number and it's like, oh, this was BetOnline AG. So then they called again, didn't even leave a message, and I answered. It was like some Arab guy. He's like, I saw you logged into your account. I don't might be doing like a Russian thing too there. He's a Kazakhstan guy. He's like, I saw you logged into your account.
Very nice.
He's like, what brings you back? I don't know. The MLB lines? And he just asked me why I logged in. And I was like, I was looking at like horse racing stuff. And then he was just doing a survey, and I was like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And he just kept going on, and then I hung up on him. And then he called back right away, and I just didn't answer. So I don't know. I feel like they're like just doing that to scam me because like with offshore betting, it's the government's not going to get involved on your behalf. Like if Barstool Sportsbook ripped you off, you know, you could sue them.
Yeah.
But this is illegal, so.
Gotcha. You didn't tell him you were excited to bet on the Special Olympics?
No, I would have, but no. I just didn't want to have that conversation. I didn't get the point.
Yeah. Well, what about betting on that submarine? Do you think they're going to get rescued or
no?
not?
I think they're dead already. And by the way, what is today right now? Because I'm calling my shot.
Today is 21st of June. 21st of June. I think they have maybe like 24 hours left of oxygen, but they only brought like a water bottle and a GameCube controller.
Yeah. No, I just I can't imagine. They're in that little fucking thing in the middle of the ocean. Either they know where they're at or they don't.
Yeah.
So
here's who's on board. Also, like,
what's the deal though? Do they have a tracker?
I don't know.
Because if somebody's just looking for that near the Titanic, like good fucking luck. There's no way.
Well, the Titanic, it's not that. Well, no, it was pretty big, but I mean, 100 years of being underneath the sea floor, you would think that it's like broken down and like, I mean, they do a documentary over this stupid boat once a year. You'd think somebody like knows the ins and outs of like where to look and like, oh, you can't go here, so Most likely they were in these key locations.
But
But
did you see the Black Twitter thing about this?
about how the submarine is George Floyd because they can't breathe.
No, but it's just no, but they're just like, damn, white people would be crazy. They caring about some fucking boat from 100 years ago, and it's like, I agree, this is
Seriously.
nuts. This is, but what is it? Is it like a billionaire or something? It's just like a low budget.
Yeah, I don't know. This kind of looks like a pocket pussy, really. Like
Yeah.
up at the front here. It's like, what the?
You see a pocket pussy, I see a penis. What does that say about us?
Oh man,
Don't move your head away from the mic when you laugh. The one time at me all episode.
that's all right. You know what? You know how many times I say something and I have a stupid like, oh, that was good smile, and I look over at you,
And I just keep it moving,
and you're
baby.
just like, no, you'll allow like 2 seconds of silence of like, that was fucking awful.
No. It's really, I'm already thinking about the
the
next
next thing, yeah. No, I understand. All right, we learned a lot.
If I'm listening to you, then that means I'm not ready, to say what I need to say. I'm all in, baby. Yeah, this thing's never getting found. So I'm calling my shot today, which I think it's late to call your shot at this point on the
Yeah,
21st.
I think it's going to be like that new Malaysian flight thing. Every 10 years they have to do something like this. Oh, where'd the hovercraft go? Where'd Amelia Earhart go?
Dude, I would love to bet on this, though. Could you imagine?
Yeah, like tragic events, like shootings, like what's the over-under on this guy? Did he have
Yeah.
the guns beforehand? Well, he's not a trained. That's where we're headed.
Oh, yeah, that was my joke about the Special Olympics, is that I'm taking the over on chromosomes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
This fucking RFK guy.
Oh,
were
my
you
God.
off the submarine? I don't really have much else to say.
I'm
I think
off
it's
of
not
it.
going to be found.
No, I stopped breathing about it a long time ago. Let's do RFK. Someone's got to have a clip of this.
He sounds like such a fucking fag.
I
I'm sure he
know.
has one of those like degenerative like throat disorders, if that's even a thing. Like I'm trying to do with my voice now.
OJRE.
I know that the CIA could kill me. Yeah, so him and Peter Hotep. What was that guy's name? I couldn't remember.
Peter.
Hotep.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I don't know. Who are the Hotep people? Are they just white or they're American black people?
Yeah, I think that's.
They think they're from Africa. I was doing a little bit of a Kenyan thing. Also, that bitch is stupid. Do you see Tucker basically just called the press secretary retarded on episode 5 of his?
Can she even read?
Like, they're setting her up to look like a retard.
Is using free markets and
This
have
is
not
RFK.
top-down control. So what I would do is I would end subsidies and then I would let marketplace
It's like he's been smoking for like 50 years. That's awful. He can't run with that voice.
No.
determine. And what's going to happen is renewable energy is going to triumph because you can build a solar plant for $1 billion a gigawatt today. A wind plant costs about $1.2 billion. A coal plant costs
And all I can hear is your stupid fucking voice. I didn't hear one word you said.
I want to hear Jordan talk.
Oh, sounds good. Shut up, Jordan Peterson. Cool.
Your voice is more fucked up than mine. Okay, here's him from 9 years ago, so I want to know if he's always talked like this.
You know, I published an article, I think in 2000.
Dude, it's gonna be hilarious when we Google it and he had like throat cancer.
I know. Yeah, why does RFK
Sound like an
talk
RFK,
like
a retarded
Yeah.
fucking...
sound like... But he's Irish, you can say that.
Yeah.
I know that you have a genetic... Oh, this is a quote from Oprah. He has
Spasmodic
something.
dysphonia. I have spasms in my gut. How about that?
This disease... Okay, so he does have a disease. What medical condition? Yeah, he's got...
Spasmodic dysphonia.
So what, his throat is constantly moving in and out of his mouth or something? I don't...
Well, I think it's just spasms. So it probably fucks up because it's dysphonia. So it's a black person saying, "Can you hand me dysphonia?"
It's like,
Call me on dysphonia.
Question 6 on that. Hand me dysphonia, please. But, you know, JFK, he talked like, he was like, "This is how I talk." So he also sounded kind of funky.
Yeah, I always thought JFK was overrated back when I was a kid
Mm-hmm.
and I was watching him on TV live.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they really... I wasn't charmed.
But maybe he was going to do good things for our country.
I'm working on the bulletproof helmet. Did you guys know that? He was working on the bulletproof helmet before he was shot.
The only other thing on the RFK thing was, who's the Peter Hotez guy? What's his deal, Peter Hotez?
Oh, shit, yeah. Peter Hotez.
Hey, yo, this Peter Hotep. I'm going to debate you on...
Hotez.
Yeah. Hotez with 3 Z's
Hell
because
yeah.
he's put you to sleep. Yeah, I didn't think he was Jewish until we confirmed that on Wikipedia earlier.
Well, I saw that video. Okay, so this is the new thing that's happening. So what? RFK is like He took the vaccine. That's why he talks like that. That's probably why. He said the vaccine he said the vaccine didn't work. And then Peter Hotez is like, RFK is saying it didn't work. But then all the Joe Rogan alpha brain tard chads are going to his house and are saying, like, will you debate? Why aren't you going on Joe Rogan? Why aren't you going on Joe Rogan? What good do you get out of watching these people debate? You know, even if it plays out 100% the way that you thought it was going to play out in your head, how does that improve your life at all?
Yeah.
Like, he's going to go back to working on the next
stupid.
one. Yeah.
And also, it's like, everybody just goes in with their opinion. Like, if you want the debate that bad, then that means you're definitely going to be one of the people that doesn't change their mind.
Yeah.
Like, if you want this debate, it's because the only exception was when Jordan Peterson debated Zizek.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that changed my mind. That's when I became a huge Zizek fan. I'd heard about him for years, and I was like, fuck this guy.
He's a communist. I'd never. And then you watch the debate, and it's like...
I was like, oh, Jordan Peterson's literally retarded.
Yeah, he
doesn't know who Hegel is, and he... what else did he do? And he just critiqued the Communist Manifesto, the most basic Marxist work.
Whenever you decide that you're going to be like a conservative commentator, you can get the bullet points for why the Communist Manifesto is bad. And that's like basically just what he regurgitated during that debate. And then just also seeing Jordan Peterson come out in his like stupid, like daintily put on suit. It's like, again, it's like with Justin Trudeau. It's like these events to him are opportunities to play dress up. He wasn't here to actually debate or bring any thoughts to the discussion. Then you have Zizek, who's like, where's my Dr. Pepper? Coke. Is it Coke? Diet Coke?
Yeah, he loves him some Coke.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that's like the only debate that needed to happen.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson, he looks like when you were in high school and you did debate, and it was just like the kids that were wearing like the bow ties.
Yes.
You know, Tucker Carlson had this moment too, as a bow tie guy back in the day, where they're just too excited to be a nerd debating.
Yeah.
And Zizek came in as a complete fucking slob.
Mm-hmm.
And he slobbed all over JP's knob, blew him out of the water, killed him.
He had I don't think he had any notes either. So like Jordan's clicking through his laptop. He's like, trying to figure out this new Microsoft Surface tab. I have to do an ad read. Communism's so evil, but I have to do an ad read in the middle of this debate for this Microsoft tablet. What is the tablet? What does it ideologize? I don't know. It's been too long since I've watched Zizek to... Oh my gosh. You know what bothers me so much too is when they do it for charity. Like, I'll never forget the first time I thought about this was when Ben Shapiro made a whole episode of the Ben Shapiro show saying his whole topic was, why won't AOC debate me? I said it was for charity. And like these charity people, it's so cringe to say that you're going to give to charity.
100,000. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow. So what? The Peter Hotep can just turn around and use that funding to make the new vaccine that makes you even more retarded?
Yeah. This time gay.
It's for charity. The winner gets to do. No, I want them to say, you know, we want to raise $100,000 so I can have $100,000 on top of doing this stupid debate, having to deal with all of you disgusting audience members who think that watching this debate is going to somehow improve your shitty life.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing. And I hope every time any streamer does an event for charity that they lie and they just pocket the money.
By the way, just because I was thinking of the Spotify Rogan thing, because, you know, he made, what did he make? 100 million?
Yeah, I think, 100 or 50 million.
And he can be out after like 2 years or no?
I think it was 10 years. I think, over the next 10 years, he'd make 100 million.
Oh, that's a shitty deal.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't think that's right. I think that's no.
Yeah, because that's $1 million a year. No, that's 10 million a year.
yeah, we're not good at math here.
It's like $20 an hour.
I don't think it's 10 years. That'd be like a long contract. 100 million would be 10 million a year would not be that impressive. Because they gave the caller daddy, Alex,
200 million is what it says.
200 million.
Okay, three and a half years.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say because caller daddy was 60 million for 2 years or something like that. So. Anyway, but it's like, Joe, you can do more than 100,000, you fucking cheapskate. I know where you live, bitch.
Yeah. Literally,
I know where you live. I'm not going to do anything about it. But if you ever see me at the comedy mothership, that means somebody's at your house putting it down while you're performing on stage. Can you pull up, just so we can hear it? Have you ever seen this? I know, because we were talking about Dark Knight earlier, and it happened to be in my notes. When they debated First Take, Dark Knight.
So, wait, I type in Dark Knight on
First Take. Well, he wasn't. The Batman was not on the show First Take, but
this is it. ESPN First Take reviews The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
This is blind.
Siskel and Ebert now, Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. It's setting all kinds of records, The Dark Knight, the new Batman. Overrated or underrated, Skip?
Well, Jay, my friend Stephen A. is a great actor, so let me explain. The Dark Knight is a good movie.
Skip Bayless is the Joker here.
Joker was the superhero. He was indestructible. He never even bled once in this movie. I thought Jack Nicholson played a better Joker than Heath Ledger.
Oh, my goodness.
God bless Heath Ledger, but I just did. That Maggie Gyllenhaal was weak as the love interest, because I didn't buy her at all.
The last point, I would agree with you there. I wasn't feeling her at all. A role like that, you need to get a Halle Berry, Beyonce, somebody. How about a Sanaa Lathan, a Gabrielle Union, somebody like even a sister, just throw them up. And somebody fine. She wasn't it. You got me there. This movie was an A movie. And I'm going to tell you the biggest reason why. Yeah, granted,
movie.
Batman wasn't even the star. It was really the Joker or what have you. They had black, but the bottom line is this. You look at it, it was one of those rare movies. It's supposed to be this action hero and all of this other stuff. It made you think, it touched on your soul. In other words, how bad would you become?
Before there was Andrew Tate, there was Heath Ledger Joker. Yo, but what he
telling you that, and he was the star of the movie. And look at him. He looked just like Skip. He looked just like Skip. I tell you, the Joker. That's you.
It sort of fits too.
Without the makeup, but it's you.
Skip,
Wow, damn, he was Stephen A. Smith, the original Joker poster.
Now, hand me dysphonia. Yeah. I just thought that was funny. I don't know. I came up with my thing and I was like, holy shit, I was like watching this in real time. I don't know that he did any other movie reviews. This was so weird and out of place for them to debate that.
What do you think of The Dark Knight? Under or overrated?
I think The Dark Knight was the best one, right?
I do too. Yeah, I think
that's the popular opinion, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do think it's accurately rated. Like everyone's saying it's such a great movie. I think that's just true.
No, I think it's a great movie. I think it's a great movie, and that's maybe why I liked a lot. Like, I'll still go watch some of the DC movies. Maybe that bought me more time, than the Marvel movies. Because I just saw Iron Man, and I was like, this fucking sucks. I never saw another one. David Lynch. I don't have anything else on this.
The DM you sent?
Yeah, David Lynch. They spot him in West Hollywood. One random person on Twitter spotted him in West Hollywood. So we might get another. What do you want? A new David Lynch movie?
I mean, I'll take what I can get at this point. It doesn't bother me either way.
Or do you take the chance of him ruining Twin Peaks with a 4th season? I would take the risk of Twin Peaks probably.
Yeah, no, I agree. They've got like 2 cast members left.
That's true. A lot of people died between The Return and up to now. Yeah, I don't know who they bring back to make it. I mean, Kyle MacLachlan would come back.
And then Laura Palmer. That's it. That's all they need.
Yeah, because you don't care about anybody else. I feel like we got closure on
everyone but them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm holding out for the Eraserhead sequel. I'm holding out for the Eraserhead reboot with Timothée Chalamet playing Eraser. And Baby Gronk is playing the baby, the little thing that hatches.
Is David Lynch making that?
No,
No, I mean, in your hypothetical.
Oh, yeah. No, he would be executive producer, so they can put his name like in the trailer, so people think that he had any say in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be directed by Ari Aster. So, Farty Asterd.
Wait, who's Ari Aster?
He did the Beau is Afraid.
Oh, right. So. What are we going to talk about? How long have we been going? That's a good question.
We're at the hour mark. I've got a couple more things I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I forgot to say this about Wolf of Wall Street, by the way. Whole movie, he's poor, then he's like super rich, and he's like the richest man in the world. He goes to jail. Now he's not in jail. And you know what he does now? He's a podcaster. So we're so good at podcasting that we didn't even have to become billionaires and then go to jail. We didn't have to go through any of those hoops.
We didn't have to become billionaires.
Yeah. So we're just skipping a few extra steps there. We're on the same playing field as Jordan Belfort. So another thing I was going to say, so remember when we were looking at Whitney Cummings' podcast and looking at her guest, she had that porn star on?
Yeah.
I was going through her account again, and I listened in on like 2 minutes of it, and let me get the name of it because, bruh. It was so funny because she was like, I feel like comedians and porn stars, they're very similar in the sense that they both show intimate parts of their lives.
Oh, no.
And like, we're really similar. And it's like, no, you guys are similar in the sense that you both will literally do anything for a quick buck. Yeah. You both are like the bottom of the barrel, like lowest of the low, scum of the earth.
I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick buck.
Yeah. Yeah, here, Angela White. That was the porn star for those of you who
are beating off.
Yeah.
While listening to us.
So... But I feel like this might be like a new trend because Logan.
No, I said this is a new trend yesterday.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take your line.
No, it's fine. You can give it back to me. No, but there's just been cross-pollination with... Okay, go ahead and say your thing, because I didn't... Yeah, Logan Paul's done it.
Yeah, and I think he was the first example of doing that, but it was like so you're a porn star, can you like have sex with the mic? And like everyone's kind of like laughing at you because you are like a circus freak.
Yeah.
But now like sex work is looked at by many people as like legitimate work. So it's like they're trying to actually interview these people and like ask them real questions. Yeah, it's like it's no different from the real life Peter Griffin going to Comic-Con and someone asking him like how he prepares for his role. Same exact thing. Same level of like retarded degeneracy. You do the first thing that you grab when you reach for something. And I don't know why Whitney would have a porn. It makes sense for all the guys because I feel like they think that they're going to get laid like right after, which I don't know if that's true or not, but
yeah, I think Barstool kind of popularized this too because KFC radio or whatever, they had, I don't remember, because even like 5 or 6 years ago, they had Lisa Ann in the office.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You know her.
Yeah.
She's world famous. Everybody knows her. You don't have to even know her from porn, okay?
Yeah.
Neither of us have masturbated. We did before the show, I guess.
Yeah. But we weren't watching porn.
No, we were watching... no, I was watching...
We were watching Jeremiah Watkins' new stand-up special.
Yeah.
When he was doing the sex act out.
Jeremiah Watkins, the vulture from Disney.
Yeah.
That's just my all-time joke. I don't know
The vulture from Disney. I need to use more of these.
Thank you.
That just sounds like a waterfall.
Yeah, and then they had a Bella Danger. I remember when KFC interviewed a Bella Danger, the #1 porn star in the world, who went back to college. They were like, they asked her, they're just like, do you feel like porn stars get a bad rap, like that they're stupid or something? And she like just didn't get the question. She was just like, no, why?
Damn. Can you repeat the question?
And she's Jewish, so she probably isn't that retarded, but she's made a retarded decision. She can't, no, she definitely is stupid, but she doesn't get it. She didn't understand the question. Like, why would people think we're dumb? I don't know, because you take dicks in your face.
Yeah.
And to the face.
Mia Khalifa, you sent me. I watched that clip. You sent me porn and I watched it.
Yeah, that was good.
With Andre the Giant, the porn star. No, when she was on the Eric Andre show. I also saw a clip. She was on Anthony Padilla from Smosh, and it was this short, and she was like, I had never been dehumanized until one time I was at like a Taco Bell with my boyfriend, and a guy went up and asked for a picture, and I was like, no, that's not okay. You can't just, I'm not like a piece of property that you can just come up and ask for a picture. And the guy was with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was like, that wasn't her, because she would have just like done anything in front of the camera or something like that. And then, Anthony from Smosh has to make a look on his face.
Okay.
He has to make a look on his face that's like, that's not funny. That's bad. That's wrong, But it's like, I mean, that's hilarious.
What else was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, Mia Khalifa's always been, she's been like the most psycho about it.
Because she wanted to be like a sports reporter afterwards,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
She just quit after doing like 4 videos, which, I mean, why did she was like the #1 person on Pornhub forever, and she'd been in like 4 movies.
Yeah, that's like LCD Sound System, where it's like they came out with like 3 albums and just like quit.
Yeah.
She's the LCD Sound System of cum.
So it's like she can't just be the #1 porn star. But anyway, she was, and then people would ask her about it, and she would just freak out. And it's like, what do you expect? That's the only thing on your resume, you dumb bitch.
Seriously.
You wore a hijab, and...
It's like the price. It's just simply the price that you're paying for your decision.
Yeah.
It's like, if anything, she should be going around saying like, yeah, I wanted to be a sports reporter, but now I can't because I did porn and thinking it was a good idea in the short term, but in the long term, no one can look at me like a human because I chose to do porn. So girls out there don't do porn, but no, she has to do, it's everyone else's problem but my own.
I remember, I don't know if I'm stealing this bit from somebody, but people, like, when a porn star would die, and in the comment section on like Pornhub, people would be like, rest in peace, and it's just her getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah,
that has to be like from a come down or something.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Damn, the in memoriams are so good. Like in the comment section. Okay.
Oh, I had something else to say, because you mentioned something about a porn star like going back to college, getting a degree.
Yeah, shout out to Bella.
I keep seeing like in the news, if you just Google veteran diploma, you'll just get endless articles of World War II veterans getting their high school diploma at the age of like 100, which it's like, I mean, how stupid are you? It took you so long to get your degree.
Yeah.
But also, what is it about these like 60 years that have passed where it's like we've decided now that you get your diploma, you know, instead of after the service or like 10 years after World War II?
I think it's because they just didn't end up needing it, but then it was like an honorary thing. But isn't just being in the military honor enough to not feel like you need to go back to school? And you probably got a real job when you got like them going and getting a real job is more important than like me ever getting a high school degree.
Right.
You know?
Wouldn't you be embarrassed to be like 100 going in front of a bunch of high schoolers?
I don't think it's real.
I don't either, but there are countless news stories on it. What's weirder to me is not the fact that this happens, but the fact that they go to the ceremony and get the diploma and wear the cap and gown.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, like, you know, this is just
They're just dating one of the kids.
Yeah. So he goes.
My wife died 35 years ago. I'm gonna fuck your brain. Okay. They're 18.
The news. They're like sports in the sense that they have seasons. So spring season, it's the 80-year-old veteran getting their high school diploma. And then fall is like someone who borrowed a library book when they were a kid and now they're returning it now that they're 100 years old. So that's like a really easy way to get on the news. So what we did before masturbating, before recording, we went to the library, we checked out all the Ayn Rand books, and we're going to sit on them for about 50 years. And when we return them, we're going to get some free shout outs in the press.
It's going to be sweet. Somebody bet on, you know, that guy I sent you, that Victor Wembanyama guy? Mm-hmm. Who's he's going to be drafted number 1 in the NBA draft tomorrow, but he's like a huge whatever. So somebody bet $60,000 on him to go number 1 tomorrow, and the payout would be $300
or 300,000.
$300
okay. If he wins the bet.
Yeah, because that's how much of a sure thing it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's going to be hilarious when this guy gets fucked over. But how stupid is that? If you have $60,000 to bet, then put your nuts on the line.
What if it's Chris Brown? You know, Christian Braun. Mm-hmm. Is he number 1? Is he? I thought he did something. He was like the first NBA player to get like a bunch of awards in a short time span, something like that.
I have no idea. He just won a championship though. He was on the Nuggets.
Yeah. That's it's like in 5 years he's won something for like college and then NBA. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's probably won like a high school, college, and professional championship or something in a 5-year span. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's something. I don't remember how many NBA players have done that before, but he looks like Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake. That's all I
fucking hate him because I bet on KU to win the national championship game by like 3.5, and they only won by 3, or maybe it was 2.5, and they only won by 2.
How do you win by half? Or do you mean like 6?
No. If a team's favored 3.5, you need them to win by 4.
Oh, okay.
But you can bet on a team to win by 4, but then if it lands on 4, then it would be a push. So most of the time lines are like half numbers.
I see.
So it was like 3.5, and they only won by 3. Damn. Basically, I needed them to make one more shot. So bummer.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I think that's all my stuff for you.
No, I'm fucking done. I'm sweating my balls off. I don't understand this AC in here. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not done yet. Can you play a little bit of the Pound Town by Sexy Red?
How do you spell P-O-N-D?
Mm-hmm. Pound Town by Sexy Red. Shout out Daniel for resharing this, but it's all over.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah. There's no way this is going to get taken down. It's not even on YouTube.